Citrus fruits rank very highly among the health-giving foods recommended by dietitians. And among these fruits, what more popular one than the orange, that luscious fruit full of sunlight in the form of vitamin C, which prevents such troubles due to malnutrition as scurvy, rickets, and a host of children's ailments. In every state of the Commonwealth except Tasmania, one may find the delightful orange grove. In fact, Australia has over 60,000 acres of them. Australia is favoured with ideal climatic conditions and a soil admirably suited to their cultivation. These two factors play an important part in the excellent quality of Australian oranges. In their picturesque settings, these groves reveal that the benefits of scientific research and the natural advantages of climate and soil are splendid teammates in the production of high-quality fruit. The grower, constantly striving to improve the quality and yield, resorts to a system of budding and grafting. Discarding the poorer, misshapen types, he carefully selects from the different trees the bud wood of good quality and prepares the bud for grafting to the most suitable stock. Here you have a closer view of selected bud sticks. It takes a trained and careful hand to trim the bud to the required proportions, and now the bud is ready dressed for the transfer. The bark of the stalk awaiting the bud is split down and across. The bud is carefully placed in position, and the procedure is completed by binding the bark firmly around to exclude air and to permit the joining of the bud to the inner bark of the stalk. This nursery contains budded trees of 1 year old. See how they are thriving under expert care and attention. In the distance are budded trees of 3 years old. Trees already yielding bountiful results are by no means neglected. They are given the same strict attention as the nursery plants, and the grower is continually applying his scientific knowledge to their development. Cultivation is practiced with thoroughness and regularity. Scientific research is responsible for great advancement with regard to fertilization problems. Green crops are sown between the trees, and when sufficiently grown are plowed into the soil for the purpose of adding necessary humus and nitrogen. Where space does not permit the use of large and modern engine-driven implements, the grower resorts to the indispensable horse, every precaution being taken to prevent injury to the trees by contact with the machine. The rotary hoe is a comparatively recent invention and a boon to every citrus grower. Not only does it eliminate the tedium of smaller instruments and minimize the time spent on the task, but it also turns over the soil with far greater thoroughness than any other method previously employed. You will understand how much back-breaking labor it saves the grower. One's artistic sense is stirred by the glorious coloring and symmetrical appearance of these beautiful specimens. Australia produces many different varieties, but here is a true type Washington navel that is not surpassed for eating quality anywhere in the world. This scene of industry is the picking by a specially trained team under the supervision of an expert overseer. So strict is the care taken, especially for export fruit, that growers, wherever possible, retain the services of the one picking team from year to year, and no risk is taken with inexperienced hands. You need only observe the rhythm of every movement of this team, and you will agree that the entire atmosphere breathes efficiency. The oranges are not picked, you will note. They are carefully cut from the branch by means of snub-nosed clippers. This snub nose prevents injury to the skin of the orange. For the same reason, gloves are worn by pickers, not as you may imagine to protect the hands from thorns or blisters. Observe the great care taken by the picker in transferring the fruit from his specially designed bag to the field box. Motor trucks transport the boxes from the grove to the grading depot. Further care is exercised here just as though each orange were worth its weight in gold. There is no rough handling at any stage of its marketing, the fruit being handled as if it were Dresden china. Everyone concerned is imbued with the idea of carrying out his individual task so that the fruit will reach the consumer to be eaten with relish and reflect credit on his particular grove and the industry in general. And now for export preparations. First of all, the oranges are conveyed to a soaking tank for cleansing and sterilizing purposes. After drying, they pass through this chamber where the pores of the skin are sealed to make them germ-proof. The fruit then passes over a series of polishing brushes, which give them a bright and attractive appearance. The next step is by conveyor belt to the grading machine, where the fruit is separated into different grades and is automatically sized. The nimble, busy fingers of the expert packers now play their part, and here again the skin of the fruit is protected by gloves from the possibility of any scratches or bruises. Government inspectors are ever vigilant that the regulations governing the quality and packing of export fruit are strictly carried out. The fruit is also subjected to scientific tests to prevent the export of immature or sour oranges. Analyses of Australian export oranges prove that whilst they are rich in vitamin C, they also possess the various mineral salts which materially add to their digestive value. Australians themselves are very much alive to the virtues of this ideal food, as they are the world's greatest consumers of oranges. In fact, the consumption per head of population is no less than 32 pounds every year. Australia offers you these golden emblems of health as the ideal diet for young and for old.